Welcome back to more Quarantine Queen ranking. Here is the criteria I use to rank the princesses. 1. I only use official Disney princesses. Sorry, Megara. 2. I only focus on the original movie. 3. I only focus on the princesses' actions. Princesses are given and deducted points based on how they follow pandemic guidelines, and the princess who is closest to 100 at the end will be crowned Quarantine Queen. Our next princess is Aurora. This should be interesting since she's barely in the movie. Let's start from the beginning. When we first see Aurora as a baby, the entire kingdom is very far away from her. Well, except for whoever those ladies are. Then Philip comes to meet her, and he's from another kingdom and gets pretty close to her. She's a baby, so not good, not good. I don't care if she is your future wife. Alright, and apparently everybody wants to invade this baby's space because all 3 of the fairies get super close to her, and we don't even know where they've been. Also, I'm treating the 3 fairies as people because they are not like Fairy Godmother, who is all sparkles and magic and not really a real person. But these 3 are real people because they feel real emotions. Also, I love all 3 of them, and they're basically the main protagonists of the story, with Aurora being like a side character because they drive all the action, make everything happen in the story, and they basically aid Prince Philip in doing everything when he has to fight at the end. Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather for the win. They're great. Alright, back to Aurora. Next, she is sent to a cottage of isolation with the 3 fairies as her guardians, and the 3 fairies, the family trusts, and they're there for 16 years. So yeah, 8 points. Plus, Aurora was hidden well for all those years because Maleficent's all angry that there hasn't been any sight of her for almost 16 years. Good isolation. And the first time we see grown-up Aurora, she is cleaning. Awesome. Oh, and she was also just sweeping. Good, good. She does go out into the forest barefoot. Pretty gross. And she lets a bird kiss her cheek. And then she puts an owl in her basket where she is supposed to put the berries that they were all going to eat, and now it has owl butt all over the basket the berries were gonna go in. But she does dream of meeting a man, social interaction, so she gets points for that. Then she's petting a random woodland creature, which is pretty unsanitary, but points for her also talking and singing to animals just like Snow White and just like Cinderella. Bit of a theme there. But then she starts dancing with the Owl Prince, which is fine because she starts off just touching the clothes, but then she snuggles up to the owl. Oh, and also these are a stranger's clothes. Yeah, not sanitary, Aurora. Then she also dances with this strange man in the woods. Not totally her fault. She was caught off guard, and she does try to get away from him several times, saying he's a stranger, so that's good. But he does hold on to her hand several times, and she gives in very easily and dances with him even more. Big deduction. And she snuggles up to him very quickly. But I mean, she is desperate for human interaction besides her aunts, so like, I get it. And then she remembers that she shouldn't see him and she runs away. Points there! But she does also invite him to see her at her cottage later that night as she's running away, so it's not social distancing. Then the 3 fairies sneak her back to the castle without interacting with anyone. Very good job, Aurora, but that was mostly Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather who did all the work. Some points there. And then she pricks her finger, touching something she is not supposed to touch. Some minus points there. She does fall into a sleep like death, and that's just so quarantine. She sleeps for like the next 20 minutes of the movie. Yeah, big points there. And let's fast forward until we see Aurora again. And there. Again, a dude is kissing an unconscious girl. I'm not gonna knock her as much as Snow White because it's not her fault. It wasn't Snow White's fault either, but this is also a man that she does know. It's not a stranger. Snow White had a guy kiss her who she met once, and Aurora at least like kind of went on a date. And he's apparently like her true love. So only like a few points. Then she enters the Grand Hall with Philip, and no one in the kingdom is near them. Apparently, like, everybody gives royalty their distance, which is great. I love it. Awesome for this ranking. Very weird, but good job. Now, only like a point deducted for Aurora for hugging her mom and her dad when she sees them again. I know they're her parents, and she hasn't seen them for 16 years, but the reality of the pandemic is you don't know where they've been. You don't know who they've been interacting with. Even if they are your parents, if you haven't been isolated with them and if they haven't been tested, you can't hug them. Just like a point there though. And then she does kiss this man that she does not know. He'll be her father-in-law eventually, but she doesn't know him. They're not even introduced. She just goes over and kisses him on the cheek. And finally, a few points for them dancing together, and everyone is super far away from them again, so good job. Apparently that's a thing. You go and dance with somebody and everybody else stays very far away. Alright, Aurora, Briar Rose, Sleeping Beauty, her point total is 77 points. Not bad. Not bad. She did get a lot of points for being isolated for 16 years and sleeping the other half of the movie. She didn't have much time to do anything too bad. So that puts her in second place behind Cinderella and still way far ahead of poor Snow White. Next princess I will be ranking is Ariel, which should be interesting since she's a mermaid and she's also obsessed with humans. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment if you can guess what you think Ariel's point total will be in the next video. Alright guys, until then, farewell.